Yeah, I think it is very critical for us to look at the new technologies which are coming up and see that how they are being used in a different fields. Now, AI ML as a technology, it has a very wide uses. And if you specifically look at the weather and climate, we are dealing with a very large amount of data, very different kinds of data coming from satellite, collected from ships, from a atmosphere, from a moving platforms, from stationary platform, all sorts of data. Now, this data, when we have a large amount of data, uh, many experiments which have been done by many people have found that AI and ML can better to be used to identify certain patterns in it, or how this could be useful. I mean, to locate certain signal which we have been not seeing. Now, as we know that today we have been able to do forecast pretty well, but we know that the extreme forecast, where the rains are suddenly comes, or thunderstorms, or lightning, are not able to forecast that well. So there is a lot of experimentation is being done now that whether AI and ML can further improve upon this aspect. And I'm sure that there is a fairly good chance of improving further than what we have today. See, specifically, if you really see about the monsoon per se, today India is leading in the world. The World Meteorological Organization's Center of Excellence is in Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. So, last 15 years back, when there was not much happening on the monsoon research, India took a lead and on the monsoon research. And the Ministry of Earth Science funded not the institute within the country, but also the 6 universities in US, in some universities in UK, in Japan, and Australia. And they rekindled the interest in the monsoon research about this. So, India is now accepted as a leader in monsoon research. And that is because of the talent pool which we are looking. See, one is, of course, you need certain facilities and all that. But the basic talent pool which is available on monsoon is tremendous. From the generations, the past generation, the current generation, and the new people who have been joining, they are extremely good talented. And that is why we have been able to leapfrog in the monsoon research in last 15 years, where 15 years before we were nowhere, but today India is considered as a leader. So our basic young generation has sufficient talent, sufficient creativity to address the issue. And this kind of a gathering which is Atria University is doing, I think it is really very welcome start. And I think many more such things should be done probably regularly every year, so that people come together and add to the knowledge which we have. See, the basic idea which NEP just says that we should allow the interdisciplinary. And like monsoon, earlier considered as a part of the atmosphere science. But now you need to know about ocean, you need to know about land, you need to know about biology, you need to know about snow and ice. And so variety of disciplines are now coming into together. And I think the NEP allows us to have those kind of different kinds of people who can come together, maybe physicists, biologists, geoscientists, all coming together to address this issue. So I think the NEP is an extremely good policy for addressing this kind of issues. I think the most important thing is for the further research, if any of the societal issue which you want to address, because end of the day, whatever knowledge we have should be used to address some issue so that the life of people can become better. So in this connection, if you see that you should choose, let's say today, we need to address issues of sustainable development goals. Now there are two major goals. One is energy, other is the climate. And the both are related to each other. Okay, so and Atria has this very strong base on this energy and climate change. So if you see that how we can reduce the emission of the fossil fuel base so that the less carbon dioxide is put, so improves upon the climate. But at the same time, we have to find where those other energies likely to come. Now, somebody will say that it could be a renewable, but renewable cannot provide a stable power. So you need a stable power. So whether you need a hydro, or you need nuclear, or you need hydrogen. So there are a lot of options. Now all this, I think, needs to be brought together to have the entire picture so that we can address the requirement of the energy which is needed for the national development, and at the same time you don't disturb our climate so that our sustainability is better. So I think this is what I would like to say, that Atria is on a very good platform to address these issues.